What is good, YouTube, man? I'm back today with another video for y'all, man. You know, once again, y'all didn't crush the support on this last video, dude. This video is almost reaching 900 views. I'm already surpassing 600 subs. I'm already about at 615. So, bro, this channel, y'all are supporting this channel like crazy, man. And I can't stress this enough. The amount of likes that y'all put on these videos, it's helping a bunch. It really is helping a bunch. Y'all are liking the videos, and it really shows that that YouTube is really just pushing this out into the recommendations box, because these videos are just picking up more and more views. You know, like that was insane. That video that I had, they got almost 25 or 2,800 views, man. Y'all supported that video so much, and it got me to this point where I'm already over 600 subs, 615, almost at 620, man. And through your guys' support from that video, it's been picking up a lot of steam for the rest of my channel, man. And I can't stress how much love and support that you guys put on that video, man. That's by far my most viewed video, and it probably will be for a long time. But we got some news today, right? But real quick, before I get into the Raiders news, shout out, you gotta know, you already know. Shout out to Icy Nate, man. He started a YouTube channel, so punch that into your search box. And Icy Nate started a YouTube channel. Like I said before, his content is mostly gonna be like short but sweet videos. You know, you're just gonna get your information in real quick, your little breaking news, and then you're gonna be in and out. You know, it's gonna be quick. He's posting that kind of stuff, that kind of content. So if you want to go and check that stuff out to support him, man, please do. And his Instagram page is already going to be in the description as well. But, like I said, we got some news today, y'all. We got some news today. We always got to do something when I'm at work, right? I bet you tomorrow we're not going to do nothing because I have a day off. I have a day off tomorrow, so I bet you we're not going to do nothing tomorrow. But, hey, we got some exciting news today. So, with today's news, it wasn't too crazy or anything like that. It was, our franchise starting left tackle, Colton Miller, who was drafted in the draft of 2018, he is the only person from that 2018 draft to get an extension so far. You know, guys like Lamar Jackson came out of that draft, still haven't got him. They still don't have an extension, right? So we are the first team to make a move on somebody from that draft, and thankfully it's our franchise starting left tackle, Colton Miller. Now, his contract is for 3 years, $51 million, and I understand that price might be a little scary, right? When you break it down, when you put it in your calculator, and that thing comes up and says $18 million a year, y'all might get scared, right? But like I said before, I had answered some comments about this before. Him getting an extension actually clears up $5.5 million for us this year, which I didn't think that we were actually going to be able to clear up money like that, but I guess Colton Miller structured his contract in a way that it would clear up money for us, so shout out to him. But with this deal, y'all, it doesn't kick in for this season. So he's not making $18 million this season. He's actually not making $18 million the next season. His contract, so for this year, he's only making around $2.5 million. Then, in his contract, he had agreed for us to pick up his fifth-year option. And his fifth-year option, in 2022 season, he will actually be making $10.8 million, right? And y'all might be a little confused because he signed a contract for $18 million. But in that deal where he signed for $18 million a year, that doesn't kick in until 2023. So, we have Colton Miller under contract through 2021, 2022, 2023, 24, 25, and 26. We have Colton Miller locked down for the next 5 years, y'all. That is good. That is huge. That is great for the production of our offensive line. At least we know that he's set in stone and he'll be here, right? So, like I said, next year he'll only be making $2.5 million, or this year he'll only be making $2.5 million. Then the year that we pick up his fifth-year option, he'll only be making $10.8 million. Now, that is great. This contract is perfect because y'all might be a little scared, like, hey, he's making close to what our quarterback is making. But you have to understand, the money is going up. The money is continuing to go up these new years. So it's only gonna help us, right? It's only gonna help us that we're getting his contract done now, because who's to say that in 3 years that $18 million contract is actually gonna be an underpay for a star left tackle, much like how it was for guys like Derek Carr when we extended him. His contract was only huge for the first year or two, but now it's showing that this is an extremely team-friendly contract that DC is under. Now, same thing for Colton Miller. Right now, we just paid Trim Brown $14 million, and it was easy for us to give him up because $14 million is a lot of money, and that was one of the highest paid tackles in the NFL. But with that being said, that was in the current day when salary cap was at 180. Our salary cap in the near future is probably going to be close to the $275 million range. So that is huge for the Raiders to have him at only $18 million. And that doesn't kick in until 2023. So we are set at left tackle, man. We have him for the next 5 years until he's 30. He will be a Raider for the minimum. But like I said, his contract doesn't kick in until 2023, so we shouldn't have anything to worry about. That's good. When his contract kicks in is the year that DC is his contract is up. So with that being said, I actually want to talk about that really quick, because with Colton Miller getting an extension, yes, it saved us $5.5 million, but is it time to give Derek Carr an extension as well? Because if we were to give Derek Carr an extension, guess what? That will save us close to $20 million with an extension. That only if on a certain way how you play his contract around, right? They could play it conservative and give him $10 million, and we could only save around $8 million this year. But if you were to extend him for a 3-year deal, you can save $18.5 million this year with extending Derek Carr. So is it time for him to get an extension, man? I think that with a good amount of pending free agents available, I think that he should be our next extension. I really should. Derek Carr has shown in his 1 year with a slightly below average defense, he still thrived. In 2016, with the defense that he has, was only the 20th ranked, but still took us to a 12-4 season. That is huge. Imagine now with Gus Bradley, a proven defensive coordinator, what he can do. I love it. I think that DC should be our next extension to look into. But as of now, Colton Miller, thank you, man. You signed a huge contract for the nation, man. $18 million. You got the bag, man. Shout out to you, a first-round rookie. Took his time to develop, but once he did, bro, you got paid, and you got paid handsomely, dog. That shout out to Colton Miller for that. Like I said, he's with us until 2023. So we don't got nothing to worry about at that left tackle position till then. Going on to the next news, Tom Cable has been pretty vocal with the media this last couple weeks. Ever since Rodney Hudson and Gabe Jackson departure, he got the chance to be pretty vocal with the media. And starting really quick, they threw him in the fire, man. They asked him, so what about Brandon Parker? Now, he went on and on to only say good things about Brandon Parker, how he's only gotten better in every aspect of his game with each rep in each game that he's played. And he said that he has a real shot at playing this year, a real shot that he deserves to play this year. Now, when you hear that, does that sound like maybe he's been told by John Gruden and the Raiders staff that, hey, we're going to give defensive coordinator Gus Bradley our 17th overall pick for him to do what he pleases with that, and then we'll address maybe your right tackle situation in the second and third round? I think that that's a possibility. I really do. I was starting to think I was starting to lean towards maybe thinking that they were going to try and go tackle in the first round and safety in the second. But with the statements of Tom Cable, it doesn't worry me at all, because whatever Tom Cable says, man, I'll take it. That man is he's a freaking offensive line mastermind. You see what he turned around what he did in Seattle was huge. Another thing, he only praised offensive lineman center Andre James, man. He only praised him in that same interview where he was talking about Brandon Parker. Now, Brandon Parker, with him saying that he should get a real shot at proving himself and getting a real shot to get a lot of playing time this year, that could mean to me that we're going after a safety in that first round, because You have defensive coordinator Gus Bradley, and something that plays a huge role in his system is a free safety. Now, does that mean that we're 100% going to give Gus Bradley that 17th overall pick? You never know, because you never know how the draft board can fall, right? But that's what I'm starting to lean back towards, that we're going to go with safety in the first round, which Trayvon Moehrig should be there at 17. Trading back would be a risk, because the guys like Jacksonville Jaguars also missed on a guy like John Johnson, and I think that if we traded behind them, they would steal Trayvon Moehrig, and we would be out of a safety. I think that now I'm starting to think that we should just go out, scoop the best safety in the 2021 class, and Trayvon Moehrig, and your defense is set, right? Your defense is set. And there is a lot of moves that we could do with 17. We could maybe trade up. I wouldn't know what we would want to trade up for. Maybe if you wanted to trade up for that true offensive tackle of the future, or if you wanted to stay put and just get your safety, and maybe your safety got taken ahead of time and you don't know what to do anymore, then you could look into trading back, right? But I don't think that Trayvon Moehrig will get picked up by 17. I think that by 17, it's our pick to lose or gain with Trayvon Moehrig. So yeah, man, with Brandon Parker getting lots and lots of praise from Tom Cable, I can only respect it, right? He's a proven offensive line coach for a reason. He has the position that he has for a reason. He's done what he's done with other late round offensive linemen for a reason, right? Like I said, out of all the offensive linemen on our roster last year, the one person that took his longest time to develop was our first round rookie. It shows that he can take he might rather, instead of going after a guy who has a high ceiling coming in, he'd rather take the guy who has the highest ceiling but a lower floor coming out in the draft. And Tom Cable trusts himself to get the most out of that player with all the potential, right? And you know, that's huge, especially for an offensive line position where you wouldn't have to spend so much, but you can gain a lot of production, right? So that would be great if we could do that. But like I said, Brandon Parker was a decent right tackle last year. He had one horrible game against the Atlanta Falcons, but guess what? Our whole team had a horrible game. And he did also look good backing up left tackle Colton Miller, but he also did play well again at right tackle. That is, I mean, also, if we were to go safety in the first round, I wouldn't be mad at all if we went Jalen Mayfield in the second. But what it's also looking like is that with this amount of praise for Brandon Parker, I wouldn't take it past us to go safety in the first, linebacker in the second, because Nicholas Morrow is only on a 1-year deal, and then after that, Corey Littleton and Nick Witkowski only have a year left on their contract, which they will also be free agents in 2023. I wouldn't put it past us to get a free safety at 17, linebacker at 48, and then with 80th and 79th picks, you go offensive line. I wouldn't be mad at that. I actually think that's a slightly better way to go if there's the best player available at those picks. But you know, there's a lot of things that we could do this year. I really think that Andre James got that contract for a reason. The comparison that Andre James got from Tom Cable was huge. He compared Tom Cable compared him from the center that they had back in Seattle. I forget his name, but that center that he said that Andre James reminded him a lot about ended up having almost a Hall of Fame career, an All-Pro career, a Pro Bowler career. And when you say that you see that in a guy that you just paid your money to, I love it, man. I love it. So, yeah, man. I just wanted to give you a quick touch-up on the news and possible things that we could do with pick 17, right? I just wanted to touch up on that. But as far as that today, Raider Nation, that'll be it for today's video. Like I said, tomorrow I got it off. Hopefully we make a move tomorrow, right? It was just Richard Sherman's birthday today. How about tomorrow we wake him up with a nice late birthday gift, right? How about let's get Richard Sherman, right? How about we get a safety? Trey Boston, Malik Hooker, Sean Gibson. Let's get one of those guys, man. Let's get Gus Bradley the guy that he needs. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Yeah, let's go, Raider Nation. Let's go. Man, I'm the more that I talk about this stuff, man, I just get hyped for the season. I can't wait. And that official 17 game season has officially came out. The games and dates aren't set in stone, but the teams that we play are. So, like I said, Raider Nation, that'll be it for today's video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you can. But I'm out. Peace.